All right, we're recording. Thank you guys for checking in tonight. First things first, welcome to Katie. Kaylee and Mac have been on the team Mac's been on the team the longest out of all you guys, but Kaylee's relatively new too, and she's crushing it. So you'll have some examples right away of some boss babes to follow in their trail. But I wanted tonight to be something that you guys can refer back to. So it's a timeless resource. I'll totally be cool with you guys asking questions if you need to unmute yourself at any time, or using the comments. That's an awesome way to generate conversation too. But I just want you guys to have a formatted power hour kind of based on what I do so that you feel a little bit more confident, because so many times someone can say you should be doing the 4 vital behaviors every day, but you kind of wonder, well, what does that look like and how can I make it work for me? So I'm just going to kind of run you guys through. I provided some resources earlier in the week that I'm going to be going over today. Does this look familiar to Kaylee and Mackenzie? I know Mac's working out right now. It's the Success Club system. It's like the business activity tracker. I'll post a link to it in the comments when we get working. But basically it is an overview of the 4 vital behaviors. So a little intro, Katie, be proof the products work. You're already doing that. 2, connect, invite, and follow up. So that's where the relationships and connecting with your tribe comes in, and that's where you generate, your customers and your challengers and things like that. 3 is getting people results. So being more involved in your challenge groups and what you are providing to your team, the ways that you're serving them, the people that are already your customers. And then 4 is doing personal development. So that's what fills your cup. That's the stuff that beyond your physical body that you're using to better yourself. So making your mind strong, being confident in your business skills, all of those good things. So it's really nice because the way that this is outlined is it gives you times, like 20 minutes for this, 10 minutes for this. So I'm literally going to go through this with you guys, and we're going to set timers and we're just going to work. I'm going to leave it, I might mute myself actually, just so there's not background noise, and you guys can feel free to play some music, and then I'll unmute myself when the time comes up, and we'll move on to the next task. Does that sound good? Okay, cool. So obviously, being proof the products work, that includes your workout and your Shakeology. That's outside of your power hour. So you might do that in the morning, you might do that in the afternoon, whatever, but that's aside from your power hour. So we're going to start with vital behavior number 2, and that's connect, invite, and follow up. This first 20 minutes I'm going to dedicate is for initiating connections and adding followers. This is something that you can do if you're brand new to Beachbody. This is something you can do if you've been in it a year, 2 years, 3 years, because you're always going to be growing your network. Because if you stop connecting with people, how far can you go? So we're going to set a timer, and I am challenging you guys to do the random, hey girl messages to just spread some sunshine tonight. I want you to spend the next 20 minutes. I'm not going to tell you how many girls to reach out to, because you might end up having one really solid conversation. You might end up starting 5 really fun conversations. So I'm going to press start. I'm going to mute myself, and you guys just go crazy on your Instagrams or reach out on Facebook. An advice piece I have for you guys, if you don't know who to reach out to tonight, like, Liz, where the heck do I start? Look up a hashtag for something random that you love. Like, if you love Aerie clothing, like AERIE, or hashtag Green Bay Packers, or hashtag Pitbull Mom, things like that. And just start talking to randos and spread some sunshine. That's my goal for you tonight. You don't even have to talk about fitness or Beachbody. Katie, right away, I'll tell you, my preference is that we don't even talk about that stuff right away. I just want you to be friends with people before they even know you're a fitness coach, because this team is all about relationships. So I'm going to start the 20 minutes. I'm going to mute myself, and I'll interrupt you guys and let you know when time's up. Sound good? Okay. All right, guys, I gave you about 16 minutes, so I'm cutting you short a little bit. Is that cool? Okay, I just know a lot of you guys are on Eastern time, so I don't want to stretch this out too long. And you always have the ability to, when you catch replay, to pause and take as much time as you need for each activity. So, do any of you guys need to unmute yourself and ask any questions about anything at all? Like, just a lot of the girls that hopped on a little bit later, we're just going through a power hour, and I'm showing you the tracker and how much time we can dedicate to each thing. So I'd love to hear from you guys if you have questions. Otherwise, we can move on.
I have just a quick question.
Yes.
Like when I do like the hashtag whatever I do, like a lot of things that come up are like bloggers that have like I don't know, like 50,000 followers or like stuff like that. Like, do you follow like, or do you try to stick to people who like, have less? I don't like that's like a lot of what I'm getting when I like click on someone's profile. It's like they're a blogger. Like a lot of people are seeing their profile, so obviously it's like coming up on mine.
Right. I totally get what you're saying. It's almost like man, they've probably already been reached out to about something
Yeah.
because they're very visible obviously on social media. But I mean, no matter how many people think your journey's worth following, they need fitness programs too. They need help with nutrition too. I mean, why not you helping them? They might not have been approached, or maybe they have been and they didn't feel like anyone has been a good fit so far, and you guys could be the best of friends. So I think it's a confidence thing in reaching out to someone and not even paying mind to the fact that 40,000 people, think their journey's worth following versus someone who has 250 followers. Treat every person like the individual. Don't even attach their following. And I think it'll eliminate some of the stress and overwhelm because you have something amazing to offer and they might need it at the time that you offer it to them. So I totally reach out to people no matter how popular they are. And sometimes they have a lot of messages coming in because they have a lot of followers, and maybe I'll be left on red, but at least I tried.
Okay.
I have a question too. How often, like I did the same thing too that Kaylee did. I spent like the first 10 minutes and I was like, okay, these people have like 1 million followers already. But I did reach out to a couple, but how often do they actually respond? Because I feel like I like sent a few messages and comments and things like that, but I'm thinking like, how often does people talk back?
The majority of the time, I'll at least get someone to send a heart back or something to acknowledge that they got it. Because if you're starting a conversation with a compliment or just trying to make their day, they're not going to leave you on red, or they're not going to, shut you down because you're just sharing kindness. You have nothing for them to object to right now. So the majority of the time I'll get something back. And whether it's a thank you so much or a heart, I'll follow up and later that day, like, hey, I hope you had the best day, or something like that. Or later in the week, hey, I hope you had the best week. And it's just little things that you're plugging in to remind them you're a real human and you are taking time to reach out to them and get to know them. And you're not being salesy, you're not selling anything. And the more you can establish that with people, the more trust they'll have in you being able to actually take care of them and not just give them something and abandon them. I think that's huge to build trust with people. Mary asked in the chat, whoops, there's our timer. Mary, why can't I see your beautiful face? She goes, how do you find more people to add or to have a conversation with? That's a very broad question. I'll try to address it, but it's something that we could talk about in a whole other call. When it comes to finding people to add, you just have to put yourself out there and go through the depths of the internet. Like, Instagram is a powerful tool and you're going to run out of people that you know. So you just kind of have to shake off the feeling of, okay, I'm running out of people I know based on proximity or, mutual friends. Time to really put myself out there. This is where hashtags come in. This is where I'll show you on my phone a little bit what I do because sometimes it's hard to explain. But the majority of people I follow will be like, okay, here's Jordan Lee Dooley, someone I really love that has a Bible study that I follow. I'll click on her. Go to someone's page that you love. Go to their followers. Scroll. If you find someone with a happy picture or some kind of profile picture that stands out to you, they're standing out for a reason. They could be your tribe. You click on those people. Those are the people that you talk to and spread sunshine to. So you just kind of have to be creative and I shouldn't even say creative because that's not even thinking that far outside the box. That's just my method. Does that make sense, Mary? Or okay. How do you guys reach out? Like when we did this exercise for 15 minutes, what was your strategy? Like, okay, Kaylee and Katie, you guys did hashtags. Lauren and Rain and Jason, did you guys use hashtags as well?
I went through people that have recently followed me, and I just reached out to them and said, hey, thanks for following me, and then I would talk to them about something about them and ask them a question.
Awesome. And did it work for you? Did you have people reply in that time?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, it was recent. That's okay.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes ago, so.
But that's awesome. I do something similar. Right now, what I did was I went through my followers too. I naturally attract a lot of fitness people, so I had to do a little bit of filtering, but I went to the normal human beings that don't have a business in their profile that's related to fitness. And I just reached out and I said, hey, I seriously hope you had the best night. We'll see if anyone replies and if anyone appreciates it, but that's my method most nights, is just spreading sunshine. That's what I like to call it. So let's move on to the next portion. Raise your hand or shout out if you have added to your Instagram story today. Hell yeah, awesome. Something you should be doing every single day, because you're reminding people that you're there. You're a bug in their ear, and when people go on Instagram, stories are right there for them to click on. So it's going to be something that most people are in and out of all of the time. And if they see your name popping up, they're going to know you're the real deal and that you're consistent and showing up for yourself. Okay. Mary did too. Awesome. All right. When it comes to updating your story on the tracker, it just says you can add stuff like daily life. So, showing what you're up to with errands, or showing, what you bought at the store that day. Workout clips. I do that a lot. Product use. A tip is to not show the brand name, and that's because it's curiosity marketing and it drives someone to need to reach out if they have a question. Whereas if it says Shakeology right across the front, they're able to Google that and draw their own conclusions. And it's nice for you to be able to take, control of or an ownership of what you're offering. And if someone asks, hey, what's that shake you're drinking? You can say, it's my superfood shake. These are all the things it does for me. Healthy meal or meal prep. Mackenzie is amazing at showing off her meal prep. She's running a free meal prep group. Is that still going, Mac?
Yeah, tomorrow is like the last day, but I started it on Monday, and I only have I think 12 people in it, but
that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's more than I usually have, I guess, but I don't know. I basically just showed my whole meal prep process, different things, and how I grocery shopped and stuff like that. And then today I posted what questions do you have, kind of like a sneak peek, but with meal prep. So I think it's been pretty successful. And then tomorrow I'm gonna open up the opportunity for them to join me as a challenger. So
that's a beautiful transition, and I'm proud of you. Free groups, to anyone that hasn't considered it yet, such a valuable way to spend your time. I hosted a book club this summer, for example, for Girl Wash Your Face. There were over 40 women in there, and a lot of them are now my challengers because they got to know me in a way that was fun and natural to them, because maybe fitness wasn't what attracted them to my page. But now they're challengers because everyone wants to feel good and work out, and books don't always make you feel that way. So it's just a well-rounded way to show that you've got more to offer. And then recognizing and shouting out, or inviting and using polls, things like that. Another thing that it says you can dedicate about 25 minutes to in your power hour. I'm not going to spend 25 minutes with you guys doing this, but responding to all new likes, comments, or views. So Mary, you asked, how do you find people to talk to? Look at the people that are watching your stories. Write those names down. Oftentimes you're going to see repeat offenders watching your things. That's who you reach out to, because apparently they're interested in what you're doing if they keep coming back. So have conversations with those people because they're valuable people. They already proved to you that they're interested in talking to you, or at least in your journey. So you might as well reach out, because a lot of people aren't going to be brave enough to do that themselves. So definitely reach out to those people. If you are currently running a challenge group, invite at least 5 people, take 15 minutes to join, or take 15 minutes to invite at least 5 people to join a challenge group or learn about the coaching opportunity. I'm going to share a little tip with you guys as to how I operate and how my good friend Lacey operates when it comes to running my business. I do not invite every single day. It doesn't feel authentic to me, and I'm giving you permission to not invite every single day if it doesn't feel good to you either. That being said, I'm not giving you permission to wait until Sunday and then only inviting 5 people. Instead of inviting 5 people every day of the week, 35 people over the span of a week, invite in bulk. That's what I do. I'll sit down and maybe on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll have a list of my girls, whether they're new followers, whether they're people that I started new conversations with, or they're viewing my stories. And I reach out to all of them because when I'm in that energy, it's really easy to just keep going. And I might spend an hour on those days sending invites and having conversations, but it's a valuable way to spend my time because it doesn't feel disjointed and like I have to compartmentalize everything because I'm being very productive with that time. And then I don't have to worry about inviting the entire weekend or on a Monday or something like that. So if that's, helpful for you guys, if you feel the same way I do about inviting, where I'm not in the mood to do that every day, I don't, but I make up for that time another day and I just add to my plate, okay, I need to reach out to like 15 people today and I'm going to do a really good job doing it. And that way I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. So there's the way I operate. It asks you to dedicate about 30 minutes to getting people results. Hello, it's so nice when you actually have social proof to show people how what you have to offer works, not just for you, but hey, check out Anne who lost 15 pounds doing 21-day fix. Hey, check out my girl, Jane, who lost 15 inches over the last month and a half doing just to be mindset and not working out a single day and just focusing on her diet. Things like that are powerful. Those stories sell, and the more people you have getting results on your team, the more credibility you'll have because it shows that the products don't work for you and Anne and Jane. They work for a plethora of people. And it's really nice when people can come to your page and relate to more than one person. So showing people that. But the way that you spend in your power hour getting people results, this is when you go to your challenge groups. Something that I wasn't really doing until recently is really engaging with my people in my challenge groups, not just liking the posts, going in, commenting, reaching out personally, every week, if you go and see so-and-so only logged one workout, reach out to them. I did not take it very seriously, or at least it wasn't in the forefront of my mind. I was very focused on inviting, and building my network. And a really experienced coach talked to me this summer and I realized from their expertise that the majority of my energy, if I'm talking to anybody that day, should be focused on the people that have already invested in their experience with me. I should be continuing to prove myself to them that was worth their time, that was worth $220, and that they are going to be taken care of, and I'm not just going to set them up and abandon them. That's not what I'm doing. I'm still running challenge groups, but I knew that I could do a better job of maintaining those existing relationships. So that's why in your power hour, it says you can dedicate 30 whole minutes. Another tip that I have for you guys, I am not in my groups at 5 a.m. every single day posting up for my girls. Forget it. That's ridiculous. I don't have the energy or time at 5 a.m. But what I do is on a Sunday, maybe every week or every other week, I'll sit down and similar to my invites, I'll get in a space where I really feel energized to create content, and I'll create content. I'll go ham, and then I'll schedule posts for that next week, the next 2 weeks. And that way I'm saving myself a ton of time. And again, it's not disjointed work. I can really be productive when I'm focused on one task and I don't have to go, okay, I spent 10 minutes on that, moving on. I'll dedicate a whole hour on it and I save so much time versus 15 minutes every single morning thinking about it. I can do 1 hour where I might have spent 15 minutes on 4 different posts and adding up to an hour. And I can do 14 posts with an hour for the next 2 weeks. So that's a really smart way that I spend my time. And then the last vital behavior that this tracker goes through is doing personal development. I do not include this in my power hour, and maybe I should because I haven't been super consistent about doing my personal development this week, but it's like a workout to me. You make time for it when it makes sense, whether you want to do PD when you first wake up or you want to do it when you go to bed or however it feels good to you. But when it comes to business building activities, I want you to focus on those during your power hour. And then you find time when your workout makes sense throughout the day. You schedule those things in. Personal development, it's, we suggest 10 to 15 minutes of a book that really fills your cup every single day. Or you can do it in bulk as well. Maybe you only want to read 3 to 4 days a week. Spend half an hour, 45 minutes reading. I'm okay with that. I give you permission to do whatever the F you want. This is your business. I'm not a boss. I'm my own boss, but you're your own boss too. So you do what makes sense for you. But if you're one of those people who's like, I have not been doing PD, Liz doesn't know I'm not doing PD. She says she doesn't necessarily care. She won't check on me, but I know in my gut that if I do it, I'm going to be better. I'm going to show up better for my people. That should be your motivation to do PD, is just in your gut knowing I always feel better when I do my PD, because I think we can all agree it's something that's worth taking time to do. Once you actually do it, you realize, okay, I've got a fresh mindset. I've got new energy. Let's go. So another cool thing about the tracker is that it's got my weekly business results, number of new followers. This is something that you can keep track of in a notebook as well. I laminated mine because I want to be able to reuse the same one and dry erase. And then if I want to keep track of my growth in following, I have an app that tracks that, but you can use a notebook as well. Number of new challengers, Success Club points, number of new coaches. I'm going to quick flash something at you too, guys. Take a walk. A couple months ago, I invested in a whiteboard. You will see Katie Kettler's name right there. Okay? Success Club points, new personally sponsored coaches, rank advancements. I'm ready to write everyone right here. You don't even know, guys. I'm so excited for you. But Success Club points, something that changed the game for me, the last couple months, is not sitting and wallowing that I wasn't at Success Club 10 yet, the last week of the month, but instead, who do those points represent? It's all about relationships. Success Club 2. Yeah, I hit Success Club 2, but I also helped Sadie. I hit Success Club 4. Awesome, 4 points. But I also helped Selena. They're real life human beings behind those numbers, and that's why they matter. So another cool thing that I do that's, shifted my mindset, because mindset is everything, sister. All right. Another resource, I'm just going to let you guys know that I'm going to be linking in our page again, the new 4 vital behaviors that Joelle printed out. Same exact thing. I just went through 4 different areas of our business to work on, and you can condense it in an hour. It's just a different presentation of it, different words, and one might mesh for you better than the other. I laminated both so I can reuse them. Obviously, there could be a lot of questions. Mary asked, what's the app? The app that I track my followers and the growth is called Plann, Plann. I'll talk about it over and over again. Love that app. The primary reason I use that, Mary, and everyone else, is planning my social media content. So on days when I go out in the woods and I take my tripod and my iPhone and my dog, I take a bunch of pictures that I love and I plug them into that group so I'm ready to upload content when the time comes and when I have a caption ready and I haven't posted that day yet. So Plann, it's multifaceted. If you don't yet have it, I highly recommend, because it'll help you really get the visual appeal of your Instagram feed as well. Because I think the majority of you use Instagram and primarily build your business that way like I do. I would love for anyone to unmute themselves now if they still have questions or if something new came up. This is a new way of us doing our training, so I want to know how it's going for you guys.
I think I just want to know, I posted it in the chat, but I don't know if anyone has theirs open. Literally this is like my very first day / I paid 5 hours ago for the coach membership. So you mentioned that there were some new girls here, but how did you guys do in your first week? I don't know if you read my comment in the chat, but I started an Instagram specifically for fitness stuff and whatever. And I don't even have many followers on it. There's 4, and I think one is Liz and the other one is me, and there's 2 other people. But I did that because I don't normally post on social media, so I thought that it'd be really weird if I started to all the time. So how did anybody else kind of start?
I have my own experience to share, but I'd love for you guys to engage and offer your expertise too, because you guys all have success stories to talk about.
I'll go. I just started Instagram for fitness too, because I was I don't want people being that followed my personal account now she's just this fitness guru that whatever. So then I started my new one, and I didn't even tell my friends that I did this. I just did it. I was I want to meet new people, whatever. they all found me. They all found me. They all followed me, and I was like, oh my God, like they're gonna think I'm so stupid. Two of like my best college friends are like, give me the details. Like I want to like get involved. And then like two of my home friends, my best friend Lindsay's about to sign up as a coach. Like I think like if they want to find you, they will. And if you think that they think it's gonna think it's stupid, like then don't tell them. And if they want to follow you, they will.
Yeah, I haven't told anybody.
And that's how I was. I was just like, I don't really care for them to know, but if they want to join me, then sure.
I love that. And I tell my new coaches too, if they hadn't already gone and created their fitness related IG, I highly recommend people creating a fitness, specific account, because I did that as well. And I knew that, the followers that I had in high school and from college, they followed me because they were curious about my life. That's just kind of what social media is keeping tabs on people, whether you're close or not. And so I felt the same way. I was like, you know what? I do not need these people that know me in this different aspect. Like I've changed a lot. You might have seen me in 4 years or whatever. This is a new journey. I don't want it to be a judgmental zone. Like I'm going to go create my own space where I can be who I want to be and grow with the people who want to grow with me. So I did that, and I created a brand new Instagram, and I didn't worry about new people following me every week. I just created content. I kept showing up. I kept creating content. And every single day I would have something new in that feed for anyone who followed me, so they would see she's really serious. Like this is something that means something to her. And then another thing that I did to kind of give myself a boost is I shouted myself out on my personal Instagram. I'd share a post or I'd tag my new thing and say, hey, if you guys are interested in following my new journey, my handle is this. And that way that the people that are following you genuinely care about following that part of your life. So you don't have to feel the pressure of reaching out to your new followers, having relationships being built because they're there for a reason, and some people might be nosy and then you get ghosted, and that's whatever it is. But the majority of people you reach out to on your fitness accounts, they're there because they care about your fitness journey. And whether that means they want to start one with you or start their coach journey with you, whatever. But 100% love the concept of creating a new space for this part of your journey and showing the people that really care about it. But don't put pressure on yourself to get a ton of followers. Just keep showing up, Katie, and the people will come. The right people will come. Mary asked, I'm still in the planning stage, trying to figure out if I want to do a business Instagram or keep my old one. When you say it seems to work for you, do you mean that you're having good conversations with people about it, or that you're just comfortable posting in it, Mary? Did someone right away? What'd she ask? Comfortable. I'm going to challenge you then to either be posting every single day, because when you do post, it's quality stuff, but it's a consistency thing for sure. So if you show up every single day in your personal account and show people that, you're taking your business seriously, this is a huge part of your life and you want to share it consistently, that's how you're going to get those relationships that really matter and will help move you forward. So either post consistently in that personal or create a new fitness or business related Instagram if that's what motivates you to post. But every single day someone should be posting something. And I hope that's not too much to ask, but we're a social media driven business. It's network marketing. So if you're not using your social, you've got nothing. You got nothing, sister. You got to do it. You're doing great though. Any other questions or comments or something else you guys want to talk about?
For me, when I started out, I originally was like just working out, doing whatever, and I posted on my story all the time. And so when I started coaching, I made like a different like coach fitness Instagram, but I was double posting on them, and I had some people that were following both accounts. And then I just started posting back on like my normal one, like my personal account. But at the same time, like I post other stuff on there too, like my animations and whatever other stuff I do. And it seems to be like working, like, but so I don't think I don't know, for me, I don't have I do have that, but not really, not anymore.
Right. Another thing for you, Rain, and for everyone else too, is I'm a big fan of when someone can come to your page and identify, number one, that you're into fitness and health. They should be able to tell that right away in the first couple pictures you've got, but they should also be able to tell one or two interests or things that make you you. So I wouldn't be shy, to share animation stuff in your fitness account, because you might get some really cool people that are into what you're into that come across your fitness account and say, dang, like, I've never met a coach that was into that. Like, they all seem to do this, but she's doing this thing, and I relate to that. That's how you find your people. So share that kind of stuff. I think a lot of people would find that very valuable, and they can relate to you even more.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so proud of you for hopping on live. This is my favorite. All right. It's almost 10 o'clock for my girls, Kaylee and Katie. Are you cool with me taking a screenshot of all of us smiling and being cute? Jason and Mary, if you want your black screens, that's fine, but we're going to smile. I'll give you 5 seconds to get on black screened. Oh, here comes Jason. Here he comes. There he is. Mary, going once, going twice. All right. She says I can't. That's okay. All right, guys, smile. Cute as heck. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.